Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy texted me, by the way, when we got on the air at 2:00. I got the guts, cats in 5. Now, that's where you need the guts. By the way, 305 Alarm, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. That's where you need your guts for the Boston Bruins series. Bulls tonight? I mean, Heat should go out there and mollywop them. They should.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't nervous about the Atlanta game. I know how that worked out. I'm not nervous about this game at all.
You're living in the past.
Maybe.
I watched what happened. Yeah, man. Just where they are in the lineup. You show where they are. Over 82 game sample size. And now we're looking at one game. No, man. That's what they did all year, Hawk. They lose the bad teams sometimes. If they play a decent team, they have a good chance of losing.
It's a great tweet. Kid Ryan Norrell just sent me. It's the Samuel L. Jackson meme, but he changed the words on it, and it says, "Say rest your starters one more time."
Thank you. I'm with him. Rest your starters.
Could be a rest your starters kind of night.
No, it's
get
not.
To the fourth quarter.
No, it's not. Who has a better roster?
The Bulls actually do. DeMar DeRozan can single-handedly take over a game, put up 45, and you don't even know what just happened to you.
Levine just scored 30 in the fourth,
Zach
right?
Levine looked like one of the top 5 players in the league against Toronto the other night. You got Vucevic. You can never count out Vucevic.
It's ridiculous to say the Bulls have a better roster. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
What if we
they're just the Heat are 10 times better.
What if we include Ball? I know
Lonzo?
He's not playing, but what if we include him?
What? Mush knees? Lonzo Ball?
I'm just saying, if we go roster for roster, player for player, and we include the players who are on the roster but not playing, who's got the better roster, Heat or Bulls?
The Miami Heat have the better roster.
You're crazy.
Do the Heat have the best player out of the two teams?
Yes.
So you're saying, without question.
Hold on. You're going to make the argument that DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine are better than Jimmy Butler?
I was going to make, and I'm not making the argument that it's my opinion, but I could make an argument that DeMar DeRozan can hurt you more than Jimmy Butler.
Solana, I'm raising my hand because we've been going at this, Solana, you and I, for a year now. Jimmy is the best player on that court. I'm telling you, Hawk, I'll argue on Solana's side. He's not the best scorer, and he's not an automatic bucket whenever they need it. And that's what Zach LaVine did in the fourth quarter of the first playing game.
Fine.
And that's what DeMar DeRozan done his whole career. That's what we don't have. Don't have a DeMar DeRozan.
That's fine. You want to say that DeMar DeRozan is a better bucket getter than Jimmy Butler? Mm-hmm. I'm willing to concede that. That's fine. But there's several bucket getters in the NBA who are better scorers than Jimmy Butler, but don't even scratch the surface of Jimmy Butler, the player, the complete player, which is why Jimmy Butler has been to an NBA Finals and carried that team, put on unbelievable performances in those finals, and last year was able to go for 40 more than once in the Eastern Conference Finals. And DeMar DeRozan, every time he's in the playoffs, hasn't done anything. Has never been able to get over the hump. And Zach LaVine, I mean, again, I'm not hating on him. Good player. Like, I like Zach LaVine. But on the level of Jimmy Butler, the player, you got, bro, it's not even close. It's not. Jimmy Butler's a top 15, 20 player in the NBA. Those guys, they're top 50.
DeMar's not in the 20?
No, it's not even close.
Yeah, DeMar is in the 50s. Solana, you're going too far.
They traded DeMar DeRozan, the Raptors, and won a title with the same team.
Jimmy's been traded 4 times, man.
But I'm saying the Raptors had DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. That team, that core, for like 7 years. Couldn't win anything. Got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals like 3 years in a row. They traded him, and they won a title the next year.
Jimmy's been in the league 10-plus years, and he hasn't won a title. What are you talking about?
The disrespect for Jimmy Butler.
This is what you do. No,
you
make me look disrespectful because you make Jimmy Butler Michael Jordan. He's not.
I'm not making a Michael Jordan, but I'm not making a DeMar DeRozan either.
Okay,
you do the fill the stat box thing. Who fills the stat box? All the great receivers, Solana, do people talk about their blocking?
I mean, it's points in the NBA. It is. It really is.
Get some points.
It's not.
It is, though, Solana. For the rare bird, a Dennis Rodman, who only rebounds. For the rare bird, it's not about points. But for most people, it's about points.
It's not just about points. There's a reason why Jimmy Butler has had the success and carries the respect come playoff time that guys like DeMar DeRozan
I'm not arguing that he's a bum. I'm not arguing he's a bum. I would just ask you this because you're making it sound like a slam dunk. I'm just going to ask you, how many teams are there in the NBA? 30, 32? 30. Do you think you have DeMar DeRozan here, Jimmy Butler there? They're both 33 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think 30 out of 30 NBA GMs take Jimmy Butler?
Yes.
Okay. If you do, then I understand where your point of view is. I don't think it's a slam dunk that way. I would. I think Jimmy Butler's better, but I don't think it's the slam dunk that you're making it think, because I think a lot of people put an unbelievable value on being able to score at will, which DeMar DeRozan can do.
That's fair. Again, I understand the argument that DeMar DeRozan has that quality of he can go isolation whenever he wants. He's probably a better mid-range shooter for the most part than Jimmy. I would bet that their three-point shooting is maybe DeMar has a slight edge. Again, I'm not even looking at these numbers. I'm just going off the top of my head. But you want to talk about efficiency? It's Jimmy Butler by a mile. DeMar DeRozan is a volume scorer. There's a reason why teams have overlooked him in the past. It's not because he can't score. He can score, but he needs 30 shots to do it, to get to 30 points. That's not efficient. You don't want that in the NBA anymore. So the argument that he's a better scorer, fine. But a better player offensively, it's Jimmy Butler. And I'm telling you, it's not close. It's not close.
Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, a better player offensively. So that's a lie right there.
No,
Jimmy Butler's a better. He's a better player.
Jimmy Butler's a better. Jimmy Butler is a better.
Jimmy's a better. He's a better assist guy. Like
he's a better playmaker and he's more efficient. What would you rather have? The guy that can score 30 but he needs 28 shots to do it, or the guy like Jimmy Butler has done throughout his career that shoots efficiently, gets to the line efficiently, and is smart with the basketball? Like,
but that doesn't always translate to success, which it hasn't for him, by the way, because
who's had a more successful career, Jimmy Butler or DeMar DeRozan?
That's fine, but your ancillary pieces, if you're Jimmy Butler and that's the value you put on his game, if your ancillary pieces don't perform, he's kind of worthless out there. No?
Jimmy Butler?
Yes. If he's going to be super efficient because he's only going to take a limited number of shots, he's going to make them, but he's only going to take a number of limited shots. You're counting on the four others to be very good. And if they're not, he's dead in the water. And again, we're just talking offensively, not just scoring, but offensively. DeMar DeRozan can be everything. Even if he's got to put up 40 shots, if he scores 38 points, isn't that ultimately better than scoring 12 points efficiently if the other four guys around you aren't scoring?
First of all, you're wildly overstating the impact DeMar DeRozan has as a scorer. He's capable of going off for 40. Sure. He's also capable for scoring 9 in a game. He's done it. Guys, to say that Jimmy Butler scored
points per game's 25 this entire season. So his 9 games are not as many times as you're trying to make it.
Right, but Jimmy Butler is averaging 23.
The numbers tell themselves.
Right.
So by 2 points per game, DeMar DeRozan.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying it's not a slam dunk. It's not a slam dunk.
I like this.
It is. Call anybody that covers the NBA, and the idea that you're advocating for DeMar DeRozan over Jimmy Butler
offensively. Okay, Solana. To Hawk's question. 30 GMs. You're down by 1. You have 4 seconds left.
Come on.
Do you want DeMar DeRozan or Jimmy Butler with the ball in their hands?
In that instance, I think I want Jimmy. In that
Jimmy
I
particular
want the
instance,
guy that's
I'm just
better at
telling
putting
you.
the ball in the bucket.
I'm just telling you, if there's 30 GMs and you say they're both 33 years old, you can have DeMar DeRozan or Jimmy Butler. There are certain GMs who are going to say, I want a guy who puts up a ton of points. Period. End of story. I need a guy on the floor who's going to put up a ton of points consistently. And Jimmy's not that guy. Jimmy, like you said, efficient, but he's not necessarily that guy. If you've got great pieces around him, it's a no-brainer. Jimmy Butler. But I'm just talking one for one there. I'm not even disagreeing with Solana. I would take Jimmy Butler. I just don't think it's the slam dunk that he's making it out. I don't think Jimmy Butler's a top 15 player and DeMar DeRozan is somewhere from 20 to 50 in the NBA.
I do. And again, I like DeMar DeRozan. Like, that's what's wild here. DeMar DeRozan could drop 50 tonight. Jimmy could have 12, and I look like a jackass on Monday. I'm fine with that. But just because DeMar DeRozan can go off for 40 on any given night doesn't make him a better all offensive player than the guy who has way better intangibles, is a better passer, and is a more efficient offensive player. And there's a reason why it translates to postseason success for Jimmy Butler, and for DeMar DeRozan, historically, it hasn't. And while I understand you could easily take the route of, well, he doesn't have any championships. Neither of them do. That's fine. That's fair. I get that. There's a reason why Jimmy Butler, as the one on his team, has been to the finals and has been a shot away from the NBA finals last year. And by the way, dominated in all of those series. And DeMar DeRozan hasn't.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I would take Jimmy, but I don't think it's a slam dunk the way that you're making it sound.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. I don't think I am, though. I mean, I think Jimmy Butler.
And I think I'll be proven right when Pat Riley trades Jimmy Butler for DeMar DeRozan in the offseason, and you're going to hope this never existed.
Well, we'll have the same argument next year, and I will cape up for DeMar DeRozan like you've never seen.
So quickly, so I just need to do this because I'm going to do it during the break. Is there any stats that are going to prove your point about Jimmy being better, like the stuff people look at? Because DeMar's going to score more points. I'm assuming he's going to have more assists. I haven't looked yet. What assists? What numbers?
There's no way.
There's no way. Okay, when I look these numbers up, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just look at
efficiency rate, what was Larry Bird's efficiency rate? You're making up these new age damn stats. Give me a stat to talk about.
I'm not making up any new age stat. I mean, there's a reason why advanced analytics are a prized possession by organizations.
You think Larry Bird was worried about advanced analytics?
But there's also a reason why.
This is a whole nother argument I'm not having.
I don't want to have it either. But I will say, if you want to revisit Basketball IQ, one for the record books.
Jimmy and DeMar both averaged 5 assists this season, 4 assists on their career. So they're pretty equal.
Yeah.
No. So I don't say yeah because you were proven wrong.
I'm not proven wrong.
Equal in assists. DeMar scores more points.
Okay. That's fine. If you want to do who scores more points, they're a better offensive player.
Well, wait a second. Now we're throwing out points and assists. What exactly stat are we? What stat are we looking at?
This is my point. He's going to say, "Oh, he's efficient. He runs around.
You got to check the guy's steps on his pedometer." I'll show you. A stat. Yeah. Come on, we got to get to Lee Sterling. We're gonna have this conversation later. Let's do headlines here with Alejandro Solana, who's sweating.
Let's wait till Monday, see whose agenda is proven right. And if it's yours, I'm out all next week, mother bleepers. The sports update, it's driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck?
I'm wrong. I'm going to be doing, pre-show meeting with you guys like I'm Zion Williamson. But when it's showtime, I'm just going to slink off.
I'd rather have Zion than DeMar DeRozan. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I'd rather have Zion than all three.
Palmetto Ford, we know trucks. So the Panthers will play the Bruins first round of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. They open Monday in Boston. Heat Bulls tonight. If they win, Sunday, 5:30 in Milwaukee. Game 1 if they lose. Well, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one.
Somebody suggests on the text machine you should get one shot away from the finals tattooed on your forehead.
Boy, that's his go-to. That's his closer.
That is his go-to, Jack.
Call it in.
And I use it, too, when I need it. I just don't need it as much as he does.
I default to that every show, man. Woo.